folks. I don't know if this is a new model, but it's certainly the first time I've seen it. And it's my first dabble with Firefly in a while. If I can get the headstock in the picture here. Yeah, I saw this model going fairly cheap. I think it's about $190 or something like that on eBay with tax and probably shipping as well. It's probably closer to $220, $240, something like that. One little bit of a snafu. The one I ordered was a green spalted model. What I got in the box was a red flamed model. Not a massive deal to me, but I did mention it to the seller and said, you know, there should be some sort of compensation for sending someone entirely the wrong model or the wrong color at Christmas time. And to their credit, they responded with a, I think, $20 credit for mixing up the order. Now, you might think that's tetchy of me, but I think it's important to let people know, even if you don't mind the color change, I think it's important to let sellers know so that it doesn't happen to other people for whom it might be more important. Like a kid might have their heart set on a green one and get a red one, which is a bit annoying. But let's talk about the guitar in question. Firstly, I have to say it is probably the best setup Firefly that I've got yet. The action is very, very nice. The fret ends are very, very nice with the bound neck. Of course, that might change over the next day or so. But it is a very, very nice playing guitar, and I think I'm going to have a very easy time setting this up, which has not been the case for all Fireflies. It has a really nice rosewood finger fretboard, and I really like these little sort of tic-tac inlays here, these little lines here. It's just something different than what you normally see. It does have one on the first fret for you people that can't handle that, but just really subtle little mother of pearl inlays. A different shape headstock to some of the other hollow bodies that they've done. It's more of a solid body headstock with the inline all in a line tuners there. Sort of a red burst flamey finish with moderate flame. It's not highly pronounced, but maybe some people like that. What I do like is the black and silver hardware. It sets off the guitar really nice. You've got the two humbuckers, the floating bridge here, which is on a rosewood base, which is nice. This sort of ebony, I think it's plastic though, this sort of ebonized tailpiece, which is actually really nice. It's one of the features that drew me to the guitars. All black knobs there. Very clean F-holes, not bound, but very, very clean. Nice working switches and all that. Everything works fine on this guitar. Cream binding all the way around the guitar, including the body and the neck all the way up. Again, this headstock here with the Firefly, slightly different Firefly logo than some of their others. The tuners are your standard tuners that you find on everything. Look at the shape of that headstock from the top. It's really interesting, isn't it, the way they've put that little hump right there. Black-faced headstock there, which is kind of nice. I'm trying to see what it says on the truss rubber. I think it says Pegasus. So maybe that's the name of this model. It doesn't really say on the online listing that I got it from. A couple of minor setup issues. This pickup here is angled towards the bridge, and I haven't been able to straighten it. It's a little bit high, so this is going to need some adjustment right here. Other than that, just the usual. If the frets start protruding in the next day or so, I might do a slight bevel. The action is very, very decent. It has a nice unplugged sound. It's got more of an acoustic guitar sound, which is always a plus. You know, it has the bright bridge pickup, and then the much darker neck pickup, and then the mix is really nice as well. Kind of a jazz guitar feel and sound to the guitar. I actually like this better than their 335 model, at least the one that I got. I think I had two. I think I had a green one and a black one. And I did videos of them at the time. I like this offset look. You notice how there's almost an offset thing going on here, which I think is cool. I think it's intriguing. It's not a homage guitar. It looks more like them doing their thing. Although I'm sure the Gibson and Fender experts will tell me in the comments that this is, you know, a copy of one of the guitars. But to my eyes, it looks a little bit more original than most hollow bodies do. It seems like they're trying to stamp their identity on this particular model of guitar. And I have to say, for the $200 or the $250 or whatever you pay for this, it's a really decent guitar. It's got a nice bevel here, a smooth connection. It's a set neck, but you don't see any joinery or anything like that. Almost looks like a neck through the way it's done, and it possibly is. No, it isn't. There is a join there, but it's very well disguised. My biggest complaint doesn't have to do with the actual guitar. Again, send your guitars with a gig bag, please. Come on, Firefly, get with it. They have improved, at least on this model, their packaging. This came in a shaped polystyrene box where it fits in like a glove. You know, one of the things about the other Firefly guitars that I ordered is the way they were packed was just set up for shipping damage. I mean, there was very little padding, the boxes were flimsy. They seem to have addressed that, which I heard on one of the other channels that they were going to do. So it was nice to see it packed more securely, but just put guitars in gig bags. I don't know why companies resist that. You could have your own cool Firefly gig bag that you ship this in with your own logo on it and everything, and you can have them made and for pennies, and then add another $20 to the cost of the guitar. People like receiving guitars with gig bags. It's no fun to have to look for gig bags to fit guitars. I wish manufacturers would take this seriously, and perhaps if they look at some of these reviews online, they will. So I don't know if this is the Pegasus model, this sort of offset hollow body guitar, and it does seem to have a center block, so it's probably a semi-hollow. It feels heavy enough to be one. Yeah, it's very nice. The wood is a little bit plainer on the back side, but it's still got some figure to it, almost a little bit of quilting right here. This centerpiece, it has a lot more figure than the wings, but of course you don't really look at the back of guitars. The front has that nice flame maple, probably a veneer. Yeah, it looks to be a veneer, and it's clean. It's nice. A lot of times you see a lot of mess in the sound holes, either paint or you know, just junk. But this is really clean. This is probably the cleanest looking one that I've had so far. Really nice rosewood fretboard. Probably just plastic nut, but you can easily upgrade that. A lot of people will upgrade the tuners as well. But a really handsome little guitar. I don't mind the red. I think it's nice. I wanted to see one of the spalted ones, but the flame is always nice as well. And again, my favorite part is this, the fact that it's kind of offset, and this sort of tailpiece thing right here, I think makes it look a little bit unique and different. So again, just needs a little bit of setup work, but probably one of the most immediately impressive guitars I've received from Firefly. And this came from, is it their Guitar Garden site? I bought it on eBay, but I think the orders go through their distributor. And yeah, if you get the wrong color, let them know. They need to fix that. Alright folks, see you on the next one. Firefly, they're back.